everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be reviewing and demoing this kit. It is a polygel nail kit from Modelones. I thought I'd give it a go because obviously it's the season of trying to find gifts for people, and I just thought that this might be a good gift if it turns out to be something that is user friendly. So I thought it would be handy for me to do a video on it because I actually don't typically use polygel. I don't have a lot of experience with it, so I thought I could kind of do like a video using it, like a dummy run. Because I don't use it very often anyway, so it's not like I've got a lot of expertise using this product. So if you can see if I can use it, then maybe it'll show you how easy or not easy it is for you to be able to use it. So I'm going to show you everything that you get within this kit. So it was about £20-something from Amazon, really not very expensive for what you get. And you get a bottle, a tube of the clear, which is a 30-gram tube, and a tube of light, we've gone out of focus, light apricot, which is also a 30-gram tube, which I think is actually really good. So you get two of those. You get a top coat and a base coat, and they are both 10ml bottles. You get your slip solution for your polygel, and then you get a brush that you can pop the end on like that and then use it as a long brush, so you get that as well. You get a little mini nail file, I've already said that, and then last but not least you get your jewel forms. So I am literally going to do my nails as though I haven't got an absolute clue what I'm doing. My plan is I'm either oh, hold on a second, what we've got going on here. There you go, so that's the polygel jewel forms. So I'm actually even going to follow the instructions on the box and not do what I think I should do, kind of thing. So number one says prepare your nails to keep your nails no oil and dry. That is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. So I am actually going to go in and prep my nails how I usually would, because that doesn't actually tell you how to do it, so I'm going to do that myself. Okay, so I'm not going to show my prep on every nail because it'll be a really long video as it is, so I don't need to do that, but I'm just going to show you very quickly what I'm doing just on the one nail. So I am using my drill bit. This one is from Willow Academy. Majority, or pretty much all of the ones that I use are from Willow Academy. So this is called Laurel, and it's like a, well, I usually use, I think it's Anastasia, the one from her is called, from Lucy is called. I usually use that one. Basically this one is like a smaller version, which is really good because it gets in absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to use this on every single nail and then I'll come back again. Okay, so once I've done that step, all of my cuticles are sitting quite high, like ready for me to be able to cut them, which is really useful. So I'm not going to do, again, like I said, I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but obviously if you are watching this video because you're a beginner and you want to know how to use this kit, then it would probably be useful to you to see what the prepping process is, because obviously the box doesn't actually include that, so it would be useful for you to see what the prep steps are. I'm not gonna lie, I am really bad at cutting my own dead skin off. I don't even know why. I can never get them really nice on my own, even though I'm using like the right hand to do it and everything. It just never seems to look very good, but I don't care. I'm not the one paying for my services, so luckily it doesn't matter if mine look rubbish as long as clients don't. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut all of them so they don't look quite as gross, and then I'll be back again. Okay, I'm finished cutting the dead skin away, so I'm just going to use this file now. It is, I think it's two different grits, I'm not 100%, but you know, we're just going to go with it. It seems like this one's a bit rougher, so I'm going to use the smoother side, and I'm just going to use that to gently shape my nails. My nails are sort of already prepped anyway in terms of removing the shine from the nail plate, because I did actually just do a soak off on these nails, so I have sort of prepped them just in the process of taking my last set off, because obviously I had magpies full on tips on, which is why this nail, the hand looked like that. And then I took all of them down in length as well, especially my ring finger, because I don't know if you noticed, it's a lot shorter than the rest. I am suffering from nail separation on that nail, so I've cut off as much as I can and left it really, really short. So today I'm only going to be doing a short set because I am due to go back to work next week. So there we go, back to the short nail life. So I'm just going over and just making sure that there is nothing, there's no shiny bits on my nails, and that they're all nice and prepped, ready for product to adhere. I must say, I actually quite like this file. I would have thought that a file in a kit like this would be pretty useless and not really have much grit. But this one actually seems to be doing the job, so that's good. So the next step on the box says pick up a suitable shape and size false nail tip. So obviously this is a dual form kit, that is how I'm going to be applying them. I just want to put a disclaimer now that this could go really, really wrong. I'm not doing this as like a tutorial video because I have never used dual forms in my life. So this might go really, really wrong, but I just wanted to do it as like a first impressions, first try / review / you know, just all those fun things. I don't know how it's going to go, whether it's going to be a success or just look dreadful. I don't know whether they're going to be like good enough for me to keep them on for a while, or whether I'll be soaking them straight off. Like, I don't know yet, so we'll see. I just thought it'd be good for you to see how user-friendly it is, especially if you're a home user or you're thinking of buying it for a home user for Christmas. Okay, so I've done that. I'm just going to give them a quick wipe over with some Prep and Dehydrate, which is from Magpie. Okay, so we're going to do the next step. So that is picking out these. I must say these are really, really curved, which is not really my type of style to normally go for. So obviously if it's not yours either, I do recommend getting some different dual forms, because I know that you can get them not so curved as well. Okay, so I've sized up all of my nails. These are what I've got. So size 9, 7, 4, 7 and 3. So if you have a look at what I meant, this is what I meant by this shape. So for that to go completely sidewall to sidewall, which you can't really see because it's clear, that is how much of a, oh god, here we go. There we go. That is how much of an apex it's going to give me. But unfortunately for the size, the length of nail that I'm going to do, which is only about here, the apex is going to be in the complete wrong place. So I am going to have to file that at the end to make sure the structure is where it should be. But we're going to do it anyway and see how it goes, because that is the whole point of this video. So if you want to see how this goes, keep on watching. Okay, so we're starting out with base coat. I'm not going to do like all my nails at once because I'm obviously not very talented in this area of nails. So it says on the box lid that I've got just next to me here, just reading the top, apply a thin layer of base coat, curing for 2 minutes in a UV or 45 to 60 in an LED lamp. So I'm going to cure for 60 just because I'd rather it be cured definitely enough than maybe not. So we're going to apply the base coat and then we're going to cure that as it says for 60 seconds. It says thin layer, so that is exactly what I am doing. This is obviously the layer that your polygel is going to stick to. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to pop that into the lamp for 60 seconds. Okay, I've cured that for 60 seconds. I'm then going to get this polygel, and sometimes you get brushes that the other half is a spatula, but this one isn't one of those brushes. So instead of doing it that way and cutting some off the end of this and then placing it on the dual form, I'm going to just squeeze it out of here and put it on the dual form. Obviously, I don't know how much I'm going to need yet. So I'm kind of just going to do it and just hope for the best, because if you look at this when it's on my nail, for it to fit down the side walls, it's got quite a high apex. So I need to fill that gap basically with the polygel. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. So I'm just going to squeeze this, which actually is a lot harder than I expected. I don't know why, I thought it'd be easier than that. Oh my god, it is so difficult. So once you've done that, you're then going to get your slip solution in a little dappen dish. Okay, so I've popped some of the slip solution in my dappen dish. I'm just going over my brush now to make sure that it is saturated. I did just go through the bristles really quickly before that, just to make sure that there wasn't anything, any glue or anything keeping the bristles together still left in there before I used it. So I'm now going to go in with the polygel, which is actually dripping off the end, not ideal. Let's just sort this out first. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that here. So what I'm going to do is just get some on my brush and just really gently just move this around to whereabouts I want it. So like I said, it's got to have quite a lot of product in because it's got to fill that gap that I showed you that is in the form. So I'm just trying to keep the sides relatively thin and then just brush it out evenly everywhere else. You want it thick enough where it's not going to be messing around with your structure, but then you don't want it too thick where it's just going to spill everywhere. So this is probably going to go awfully wrong for me, but we shall see. So obviously, like I said, I am having my nails short, so I'm not too, oh god, I've just moved it with my bloody finger. I'm not too bothered about getting lots of length there. I have actually got other products to review as well, so I'm going to be doing my nails again pretty soon. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to try and actually get it to focus on my thumb, she says, with great difficulty, clearly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place on my thumb. So obviously for this stage, I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100%, but I'm kind of hoping that it's going to automatically, just when I put it down where I want it, it's going to sort of stay there. So I'm not going to have to flash cure, but we shall see. Okay, so I've placed it on. I'm just going to get my slip solution and get rid of any that has come out from the sides. I'm just going to make sure that's all out of the way and not on my skin. Okay, so it doesn't actually stay where you put it. That would be too useful, clearly. So I'm just going to hold that and do this at the same time. I'm trying not to brush it on top of the jewel form, I'm trying to brush it away instead. I just don't want it on my skin, that's the main thing that is really tricky. Well, not a good start. It's really, really, really very thick, and as soon as I let go of the jewel form, it gets all over the place. So I'm just going to pop this in the lamp now and we'll see how we go when I take it off. Okay, so overall it's been an absolute disaster. Look what we've got going underneath here. We've got none here and then a huge lumpy bit here. So I'm going to attempt to take off the jewel form and see what nightmare we've got lingering. Okay, so this is the weirdest looking nail I've ever seen. I think I've put way too much product on, so I'm going to use a lot less in on the next nail. So that's what we've got as our first attempt, which is really, really not very good. Look at this here. What is going on there? But it is all rock hard. It's all, what's it called? Cured perfectly, so that is a good start. I will file this one after I've done the next one. So I'm only going to show you me doing this one and this one. I'm not going to do a full set because I'm not going to be keeping it on anyway, and I'd rather not have to soak it all off and everything, especially if I've put this much product on. But join me after I've done these two. Stay with me because I'm going to file them and see if I can make them look as perfect as they make them look on the videos. When they just pop it on and take it off, it looks amazing. So I'm going to use a lot less product this time for this nail. So I'm just going to have a look how I need it to be. So I'm going to grab my polygel again. It's really, really tricky to get it out. I'm going to use that much this time and see how we get on. And instead of messing about a lot, like having different pressure and stuff putting on, I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best this time, I think. So I'm now going to just obviously do what I did last time and pull this down the nail. Definitely use too much slip on that then. See, now I don't feel like I've got enough, but it's fine. I'm going to go with it anyway. You just never know until you try, so we'll go with it. It's all good. Obviously, this is going to be like anything, whereas the more you do it, the easier it will become and the better a job you'll do, I assume, because that's just the way life is and how everything works. But I just wanted to do a quick video on it just to see how easy it is for the first go for someone who isn't used to products like this, because I am more than anything an acrylic tech, and obviously gel and polygels and acrylic work very differently to each other, clearly. Okay, so we're going to go in now and pop this on here. I'm not going to mess around too much this time. I'm literally just going to pop it on, put it straight into the lamp. It'd be really good if my camera would focus on where I want it, but never mind. Okay, and I'm going straight into the lamp. Okay, so I've cured that one. I'm going to get rid of this off the desk because it's really starting to bug me, she says. There we go. So, cured this one. We're going to squeeze. This one's probably that thin, it's just going to snap, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay, that one went, apart from being like mega wonky, which is obviously my fault, that one seems to have gone a lot better. We've not got like the really, really thick underneath, and it's nice and it's a good shape, and we haven't got lots of excess at the bottom here, so that's good, but we've not actually got enough at the bottom, I don't think. But anyway, so let's go ahead and file. So I'm going to use the file that came with the kit. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit for the filing. Okay, so it doesn't have a tacky layer either. It doesn't feel tacky when it comes out of the lamp. So I'm just going to go in and file the side walls. Now, by all means, use the file that comes with the kit, but I'm not going to, just because I'm lazy and it's a lot of effort. So I'm just going to use my full-sized file. So obviously it didn't matter too much that I'd applied that wonky, because I was having it shorter than it ended up being anyway, so it doesn't matter because I can make it, when I'm shortening it, I can make it the shape and length that I wanted, so it's fine. But it would be better, obviously, to be able to do it straight away and not have to do any of this. So I'm just going around now and tidying up the cuticle area. I don't usually do any hand filing. I usually just use my e-file for all aspects of filing. The only thing I don't use my e-file for is free edge shaping. That's the only thing I actually use my hand file for now. So even this part is new to me. Obviously, usually I would use a dust extractor, but because I am chatting to you, I'm not using it because it is really, really loud and you won't be able to hear a word I am saying. So I don't know if you've seen on this, but I have filed off pretty much majority of the polygel from the cuticle area. Not obviously on purpose, haven't got rid of it on purpose, but some of it was lifted. It wasn't actually attached to the nail, and then some of it just came away because it was that thinly applied. It's not withheld filing. So that's that nail, which actually has not turned out too bad. So I'd say in terms of ease of use, if it's that easy to get a nail looking okay, like after a first try of not going so well, I'd say, to be fair, it's not that awful. So let's try and see if we can get this thumbnail to look relatively normal. So I'm just going to go in with my usual filing routine. Firstly, I'm going to make sure that there is none of it stuck to my skin. So I'm just pulling my skin away from it underneath the nail first. And then we'll go in with the side walls first, tidy those up a little bit. I feel really cat-handed when I file on camera because I just can't seem to do it the normal way. Anyway, so we're going to go in with the side walls. I'm probably going to speed this bit up a little bit just because it'll be obviously pretty boring for you to watch, but just stick with me. Okay, so I've filed the top now, which has made it much better, to be honest. The shape is actually not too bad as in terms of apex and stuff. Quite like this nail as well. I'm really happy with that. It feels very, very strong. Obviously, if I was to keep it on, I would fill in this area because it's not strong enough, and putting pressure on it would be an issue. So with this one, I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with the underneath now, because we've got this huge lump here. So I'm going to go in with this e-file bit, this cone shaped bit. I'm going to go in with this and I'm going to tidy up the underneath of the nail. Okay, so I've gone over with a bit of prep and dehydrate and just wiped over them, and you can see more clearer now that I've got an air bubble just down here. Not sure whether you can see it, but just here. Obviously that will cause lifting, and if water gets in there it will create bacteria, which is not what we want. Thumb actually looks okay. This bit here was just where I got a little bit, for some reason. It is now, but it wasn't cured, so I ended up putting it in for a little bit longer into the lamp, and now it's fine. So I don't know what was going on there, so I'd recommend curing it maybe for longer than it says. The structure of this nail is absolutely useless. I have filed off way too much, but that was just because everything was wrong. I filed off everything that I needed to, and now it's not thick enough. So if I was going to leave these on, I probably would go in with just another coat of polygel. But overall, I'm not really that upset because they actually turned out okay, went better than I expected. I'm just going to see what the top coat is like and see if it's nice and shiny. Obviously, I'm not going to be leaving these nails on, but I thought it'd be good to use everything out of the kit just to see what it's all like. So just ignore that really weird little circle that looks different to all the rest. It's because while I was filing, it became obvious that it wasn't actually cured, so I ended up curing it again. So the top coat is really nice. Really, it's nice and thick, but not thick in a way that's like too thick. And the product is really strong. So I would say that if you were planning on buying this to somebody, then it wouldn't really be a bad shout. My honest review is that it's not as easy as these brands make it look, like on their advertising videos. But when is anything as easy as it looks? Never. So if you are someone that does your own nails and you're looking to get something, then actually I don't think this is all that bad. Obviously, this little thing here with the undercuring issue is a problem. Undercured product can be dangerous and cause reactions, so it's always best to avoid that where possible. So other than that, I actually am quite impressed with it. It feels really nice and strong, and yeah, I don't think it's all that bad, to be fair. I'm going to remove it now, so I might add a little bit in at the end of removal just for you to see how long it took and stuff like that, just a bit of info. And then I've got another product to review, so I'm going to be taking this off ready to do something else. If you want to see that, then please subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone that watches my videos, and yeah, I'll be back soon. Bye.